Fast Goof.
Yeah, Fast Goof. Yeah, so we're going to be doing the solo run. You can play as Max or Goofy. Max has faster movement speed. Goofy can kill enemies quicker, but we want to go fast. So I guess I'm ready whenever you guys are. Good. All right, I guess I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so there's 5 levels in total for this game. The first one's kind of a little bit simple. We're just gonna be moving around. This game utilizes a bunch of different items, mainly this hook shot that I just grabbed now. You'll be able to like grab pots and rocks from afar, and you can throw those at enemies. You can also stun enemies, and you're going to be using that a lot to actually get past them. The way the health system works in this game, you'll have lives that display in the top left, and you'll be able to pick up fruit, which gives you like hearts. And like each one of the hearts acts like as an extra hit, so when you get hit, you like lose all the current hearts that you have, but you don't like respawn at the beginning of the room, and you don't lose a life. So we'll be using that to like go through enemies, and if we collect enough hearts, we'll get an extra life, because we'll be doing death boosts throughout the game. You can compare this a little bit, I guess, to like A Link to the Past, just by the style of like the top down, but it utilizes like a bunch of puzzles and a little bit of like problem solving, I guess. I don't know.
I'm glad you killed that frog.
Yeah.
I hate that frog.
That frog likes to troll a lot. You try to avoid him, but he always gets in the way. The way like enemies spawn in this game or like start moving around is completely random. Sometimes they'll do it as soon as you enter the room. Sometimes they'll like wait a second or two.
And one thing that's good to know going into a boss is that you can probably tell, but your character doesn't have an actual attack. I mean, you have the hook shot now that you can hurt people with, but you don't actually have a punch or anything you can throw. So some of the bosses, you kind of rely on them to supply you with ammo, or there might just be pots or barrels sitting around that you need to pick up and throw. But this next boss that's coming up is one of the ones that can kind of screw you over with randomness if they don't give you what you need to beat the level.
Yeah, boss is called Jester Hole, so there's like a bunch of these red pirates, and they can catch and throw barrels at you. And so those guys are gonna come out, and you have like 4 barrels that are supplied to you. And so you can throw those, and then you need to catch 3 additional ones to kill them with.
Yep.
Right. Kind of messed up the first hook shot there.
Yeah, with the bombs, you either need to catch it in the air or wait until it's completely
Nice.
stopped in the ground. If it touches you anywhere in between, it's going to kill you. And Max is faster than Goofy, but when he's carrying something, he's slower than Goofy. Goofy would just stay the same speed no matter what.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the differences, like if objects are in your way that you have to pick up, Goofy will actually like sometimes just keep holding those because his speed stays the same, but Max, it just dramatically slows down. So here's level 2. I consider this one of like the pretty trolly parts of the run. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and you utilize a lot of death boosts. So we're going to be picking up a blue crystal, which is like an extra continue just in case I lose all my lives, because if you game over, you have to start from the very beginning of the stage, and if you use a continue, you just go back to the last screen. So here's one of the first ones I'm going to do. I have a heart, so I got to wait a second, but we need to backtrack a little bit. And then regularly I would do one here, but there's one of the blue crystals that I mentioned, so we're just going to take out this guy. Regularly, you would like try to go around him and then lure him right as you grab that key, and then you would die all the way down there. And as you can see, that can save like a lot of time going down. But better safe than sorry, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong later. And these red diamond drives are pretty crazy. When you're like picking up barrels or any other objects, there's a small chance for like different kinds of fruits. a cherry is 1 heart, bananas 2, and then you can get a red diamond, which is just a whole extra life. Red diamonds are usually pretty rare, but I feel like I've gotten like 3 or 4 of them already, so that's pretty cool.
And if you use a hook shot to pick up a barrel, it's a 100% chance that there will be nothing underneath it. I don't know if you use that to your advantage at all in a solo run.
Yeah, that is true, but yeah, I don't think there's really any like use to that at all.
Yeah.
All right, here is a really painful room. These guys can actually like kick the blocks and like mess around with their patterns, so I'll kind of like work with them, let them kick it somewhat. Most of the time, if you can like just try to kill them so they won't mess with you, that's the best way, because if they kick it in the corner, you have to exit the room and just restart it.
Yeah, that's probably a lot. I try to play this game.
We're gonna be doing another death boost upcoming right here. These guys are playing really nice. The cannon room that I was just in, most of these would always shoot over Max's head. When you're actually with Goofy, you'll like want to have your hands raised so you don't get hit by the cannon, because that happens way too often in that one and some later cannon stages. And we're coming up to the boss here. This boss's name is Firebug. He's going to be like a fire breather that can like throw torches at you. I find him one of the most annoying bosses in the game because he can just be in really bad spots, and you can, when he's throwing torches, it's almost like he's aimed onto you. You can't dodge it sometimes.
They're tough to avoid.
And with Max, especially with like holding barrels, it's really hard to move, so you got to be like pretty precise with your throws.
You lose your barrel?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, usually if you get hit by the fire while you're holding something, it'll disappear for the animation where you're getting burned, but then it'll still be in your hands when you come out of it. That barrel just kind of disappeared.
That was pretty solid,
yeah, that was
though.
a good boss.
So coming in stage 3, a little bit more death boost on this one. This is kind of a more relaxing one, I want to say. Nothing really too difficult. We're going to be utilizing a pretty cool strat in this next room. You can actually throw these flower pots and hit those switches, so we don't have to like walk all the way around and like dodge the spikes there. And we'll be doing that like a couple more times later as well. There's a lot of items that actually go unused in the speedrun as well, one of them being a candle in that room so you can light it up and actually see where you're going. Did something kind of neat there too. If you saw, he threw his sword there. Max, if you actually use his hook shot, his hitbox will get lowered and you can dodge like a sword throw just by a little bit. You can't do that with Goofy at all. And then there's a shovel that you can also get as an item too. Like there's designating like digging places where you can just like get different fruits and items, like just stock up on lives. Also, best music in the game in my opinion right here. Pretty catchy tune.
Level 3 best boss?
I mean, I guess so. It's hard to determine. It's hard to determine. Jesterol's kind of creative, I guess, but skeletons are pretty cool. I would say Pete, the final boss, if he didn't troll the hell out of you. Yeah, this game does have random RNG elements mixed in all the time, but once you get to the end of the run, there's a boss that you can lose up to like a minute and a half if you get unlucky enough. And then I'm gonna be, oh shit, that was not supposed to happen. But here's 2 death boosts I'm gonna do, because I gotta backtrack and get that other hook shot now. And there's like just a whole bunch of things that I have to unlock and stuff.
That's a cool room. With just all those death boosts.
Uh-huh. So now here's a little waiting period.
Beautiful.
I've missed this platform like so many times, screwing off and doing that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna cut this early. Right. So in this room, we got to kill both of the cannons. You want to keep both of them alive, and it takes 5 hits with max to kill them. So I'll do 4 hits on that one right there. So that way he's gonna continue to shoot this one over here, and then we'll be able to finish him off.
Nice.
Yeah, should be able to get around. Alright, so we got the boss key, boss rooms right here. Yeah, like Jai said earlier, this is a pretty cool boss. So you got 2 skeletons here. The blue one throws 2 bones at you, and the red one throws 3. The catch is the blue ones will bounce a lot further and won't land for a while, so you can't pick them up for a while. And the red ones kind of drop immediately. So it's kind of beneficial to like take out the blue guy first, because he can be really, really annoying to deal with if you have like a bunch of blue bones just like bouncing around.
And a common question is, like, do the red bones hurt more than the blue bones, or do you have to, you know, hit a skeleton with its own colored bones or anything like that? And there's no difference. Max is going to do 4 damage regardless.
I think we haven't touched a lot on the co-op stuff. Jai does a lot of that, and especially with this boss, it's like a really cool strat that you can pull off, because each one can like focus on each different skeleton. And since Goofy does more damage, sometimes you're just throwing off bones to him.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this run is very choreographed, but this is a boss where you're doing a lot of improvisation, just because you don't know where the ammo is going to be. You don't know who's going to be ahead of the other person, and if Goofy is far ahead, you might want to switch off so that the other guy can catch up. Seemed like it was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent fight. This run's actually going pretty well right now too. Usually I do something stupid and die, which I did do once. But luckily it wasn't even that big of a deal.
Yeah, that death was like, what, 6 seconds?
Less than that. Easily less than that. Alright, so level 4 is a really interesting level. It uses a lot of like, not death boosts, but you like want hearts to like boost through things, like this first one here. And it's the only level that's actually got a split path where you don't have to do something certain.
Yeah, I guess the order of 5 isn't necessarily nailed down, but you do have to do everything in 5.
And here is one of only 2 ice physics rooms in the game. Here's the other.
And that's it.
And yeah, this has a lot of repeat rooms as well in here, so I'm going to grab more hearts as you see this room again. Oh, we'll take that. Alright, so here's where the split paths take off. Generally, the right path's an easier one to take, but going the top path, there's a lot of shorter cycles. Like this room right here, you can just like walk into it. I think casually, a lot of people saw this puzzle and probably turned around, because it's pretty difficult. I think that's a big appeal of why I played this game a lot when I was younger, because it does have like a lot of tough puzzles to solve, and those are my kind of games.
The nice thing about co-op is that you only need to know how to solve half of it.
Uh-huh. Alright, do not kick this block. Come down here. There's blocks, I'm sure you saw in the last room, but they'll explode after a certain duration. The green ones will last for a while, the yellow ones not so much. And not in this version, you won't see any red ones, but in the Japanese version there's actually different difficulty levels, and the difference is they just switch up the puzzles in the game, and so they'll throw some like red blocks later in. And if I'm lucky enough and this guy doesn't troll, ooh, we'll get a death boost and hit that switch up there. Here's another really tough puzzle. You can do with a candle and makes it a lot easier, but we don't need that. And then after this is a pretty trolly room. You're actually going to have to kill 4 enemies, but you don't have anything to throw at them. You actually have to kick these blocks. So there's kind of a consistent method to where you can hookshot that guy up. And then we just got to like wait for this guy to play nice, and hopefully he comes over here. Okay, or not, dude. This guy is an asshole.
Yeah, and I never know how to handle him.
Come over here. Oh, you can go down there, that's fine. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the other way.
Okay, we're going down here. We got it.
The other way you can do that room is use the bell and direct all the enemies to where you want to go.
The bell's a little bit out of the way, so that's why we don't grab it. Because that would be on the right path instead of the upwards path. Alright, so we got one more room before the boss. It's going to be kind of the same thing as that. We're taking out 4 enemies, except it's going to be like a combination of jesters and whatever those green guys' names are. I forget all the enemies in this game.
I just call them all pirates.
Nice death. Nice death again. I'm going in the corner because it's easier to like try to get them all in the corner to lure them and like kill them rather than walking out here, especially with how slow Max is. So we'll try to do that again here. That's good.
This is a room that's, you would much rather be Goofy than Max.
Yeah, close. Yeah, I don't need that. What's up? Alright, so this is like really the only auto-scroller that's in the game. These are the rumblers, and you have to take out both of them. You hit them by hitting their head, and you gotta take out like all their segments. I think it's like 6 hits in total for each one. For the co-op, Goofy and Max do the same damage. They just lose a segment every single time.
So really all you can do to speed this up is to try and hit the rumbler as soon as it pops out of the hole or as soon as it becomes vulnerable. Just because after you hit them, they move a lot faster.
So in co-op, regularly, you just have 2 people focus on their segments. It goes pretty smoothly. In solo, it's a little bit different because at a point in time after 4 hits, they'll both be spawning at the same time. And you'll want to keep them even. You don't want to get one down before the rest because their movement speed goes a little bit quicker. And the quicker they disappear, the quicker you'll get the items to throw at them. So I'll kind of just like go even with them and like kill them off at the same time here. As you can see, like Red's going super slow there.
The creator of this game went on to do Resident Evil, right?
Something like that. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, I think the main developer of this game went on to do the Resident Evil franchise. Which, you know, you can really see a lot of Resident Evil in this game.
I feel like I've been grinding out runs of this all month, and this is like the best RNG I've gotten so far. This has actually been a pretty generous run. Except that room that trolled us for a little bit. Alright, I think I gotta hit Red. I always forget. Yep. So we're looking good right now. We still have our continue. Got 2 hearts and a life upcoming for the next level, which is definitely the hardest level by far. There's a couple different like RNG moments of it, and then the boss, like we mentioned earlier, is a little bit of a pain.
We get to finally use the bell, though.
We do.
Best item in the game.
You get to hear it in all its glory. It's like the tunes are so short and repeat so much when you play the game, but I could just listen to it all the time. Alright, so we won hearts here, which is good. We're going to be doing a cool little trick here. You can actually like go up here and kick this block down to avoid going all the way up. I always fall off there, so I took that really, really slowly. And then we're going to do a hit boost here. What are you doing, dude? And go straight into there. Regularly, you'd have to hit a conveyor belt button and grab barrels to like kill all of them so you can press it. But it's really convenient to just have like the hit boost. All right, and then right here, we're gonna have to lure these enemies into the cannon. And this is when we're gonna use the bell. Typically, I'll try to get that guy dead up there. And then, wow, okay. We'll take that. And then we're gonna be using a little bit here too.
This is cool run.
With Goofy regularly, you could take out. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, red guy? This works. Okay. This is ridiculous RNG.
You didn't miss at all, did you? Oh.
That's all right. This is what we'll do now. We'll just die.
Oh yeah, nice.
Red diamond came in handy. So yeah, regularly it's standard to get like a 2-cycle there with Max. I missed one throw, but it wasn't too big of a deal. Alright, so we're going to be going ahead and we're going to be getting a hook shot in this next room and then doing a little bit of backtracking. This level, I think there's one extra hook shot, but you have to utilize just about every single one of them. So it's kind of like doing a circle. You'll see me return to a really familiar part of the stage like later on. Just because I had to backtrack to all these different rooms just to get like one extra hook shot basically.
And those fine gentlemen at the top of the room are the Islanders. They are just great people. They're mostly just there to cheer you on.
When I was younger, I thought they were like scarecrows or something.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, they provide hints like every once in a while where they just like tell the story. Like the story is actually like pretty weird in this game. I like fully understood it just like the other day because like apparently like the captain of like all these pirates looks like their friend Pete, and so he got swallowed by a whale or something apparently, and then the Islanders mistook Pete for their captain. And then when they realized he was not their captain, they held him prisoner. So we're going to save him.
And they're both named Pete, right?
Yeah, they are both named Pete too.
Make it more confusing.
That looks tight, but it's not that bad actually. Alright, so got the boss key here. Here's like a really interesting part of the room. We're gonna have like little moving panels that you just step on and it kind of like just guides your way over there. Typical strategy here is to like just move back and forth to like a middle part so that you can just judge where you want to go. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so it looks very random, but there's actually only 8 like combinations of patterns or whatever. And if you stand at the bottom row, middle column, it's like 100% chance that there will be a beneficial tile to your left or your right. Beneficial being up or right to get you to be there.
Alright, so now we're to the final puzzle of the game. This one I could not beat for days when I was younger. It looks kind of simple, I guess, since there's only 5 blocks, but just the ways that you have to kick them. And it's beat just like that.
Okay, it's about 40 minutes on that puzzle when I first learned this.
That's a cool run in solo.
And go down there. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so now we are to Pete. Pete can do a lot of things. You want him to go into a cyclone, and that's how he throws bombs to you. He can do that while on the ground like this. Nice.
Oh, baby.
And then he can go up here, he can do 2 things. He can fire cannonballs like that, or he can call minions. Minions aren't typically too terrible if he does them early enough. Like, if he does them here, it'd be fine, but he keeps doing this.
Yeah. Right now, he's just wasting time because he's not giving you any ammunition.
When he calls minions, he can also, like, throw bombs as long as the minions are alive. Yeah, can't use that. Come on, dude. That's it, yeah. You can tell sometimes when he throws bombs, it's always when he's, like, in the top up there.
Time's probably coming up somewhat soon, by the way.
Yeah, it'll be when the stage clear text comes up. This might be a BB, though. I hope I don't jinx this.
Peak milling.
He's got to be nice here, though.
You may not get another bomb for a few minutes.
Yeah, now I'll call minions, no.
Also, if you hit him with the bomb before he calls minions, he doesn't call them.
Yeah, it's
Right.
probably...
You have to wait until the doors actually open on the sides before you throw it out.
Yeah, oh, come on, dude.
Oh, he really isn't giving you a bomb.
Come on, Pete.
Okay, there we go. It's probably like one more hit, too. I never count. I should. It's a bad habit not to count the hits.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. And time. That's pretty good time.
Congrats, team.
Yeah, I probably lost like over a minute on RNG on Pete there just at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty solid run. Everything
It's a real
went
fun
well.
game to speedrun, but you got to be prepared for Pete at the end.
Yeah. Solo, there's a couple things that can get you because you run low on lives regularly. I didn't because I went safety. And if you have a partner, I suggest co-op. Really, really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right. You're up again, man.
Yeah, it's battle tanks time.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.